Hey there guys, and welcome to what is basically my hype video for Rome 2 Total War, or Total War Rome 2 as they call it. I don't know why they put it around that way, but whatever. So yeah, I'm just going to pretty much fangasm over Rome 2. It is coming out September 3rd for you that don't know when it is coming out. So I'm going to pick it up. I've actually already pre-ordered it, so you know. And it's probably no surprise that I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of it pretty soon. I'm hoping to do it pretty soon after the game comes out, but I'll mess about with it a bit. So what are we looking at right now? Because I woke up today and there was a bunch of, well, there was a trailer, which I will link in the description. It's pretty cinematic and pretty cool looking, Cleopatra trailer. And there was also a bunch of screenshots and interviews that came out today, so let's have a look at them. Some of them are very, very exciting as well, so we'll get to them. So this first one is the Battle of the Nile, which is what most of the interviews have been focusing on, is kind of their next battle, which is seems to be the Battle of the Nile between Cleopatra and Julius Caesar and Egypt, basically. So yeah, they did team up, and so it was basically the Romans versus the Egyptians, more or less. And I don't know too much about my ancient history, but basically a lot of it was navy based, and the Egyptians were camping on a hill, and basically they thought they had the upper hand, but the Romans ended up winning that one, I believe. So there are the boats there. Let's get a screenshot of the actual battle, which looks pretty good. Yeah, so we see the Romans disembarking. We see a couple elephants, and yes, the Egyptians did have elephants. I don't think they had as big elephants as like Carthage or other factions, but they did have elephants. We see, I believe that's sort of camels off to the right there for the Egyptians, and we see their force in the background there, which seems to be camped on top of a hill. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be the hill that you're going to attack or what, but you know, this screenshot doesn't really tell us too much, but it does look very cool, so there is that. Next, we have camel riders, and is it just me, or do these camels look incredibly derpy? But whatever. I think I'll enjoy using them just the same. Horse archers are always very annoying, well, camel archers in this case. They're always very annoying with their fire and turn and run away tactics, but when you use them you feel like you are whittling the enemy down a lot, so they are very empowering. Over in the background it looks like we can see the Egyptians seem to like to prefer the color blue. I'm assuming the camel archers are going to be mercenaries from what I can see. This is still on the Roman side. So yeah, they've got a lot of blue shields and stuff like that, so that's kind of strange for a colour. I thought they would be more yellow. Then again, maybe I'm just remembering Rome 1, I think they were yellow in that. Next screenshot is a big one. This is the first screenshot we've actually had of the Rome 2 Total War Rome 2, there we go again. The campaign map. We haven't actually seen it up to this point, and this looks pretty good. You can see down the bottom right there, there is the whole map. There is another screenshot where we're going to see the map, the mini map, a little better in that. But here we can see, and the player is controlling Pontus. If you're not sure who the player is here, the UI is pretty minimalistic right now. But keep in mind that they are just going into beta now, 3 months before release. So you know. Some things to know about this is I like how some of the enemies, well, I guess they don't necessarily have to be enemies. They have their flag emblem clearly displayed, or this guy over to the right here seems to just have it above his head, which is a little strange, but what can you do? Maybe that's for like an agent or something like that. But up to the top right, I noticed it kind of looks like a ruined city or a fort or something, but it definitely does look like burned to the ground. That's quite interesting. Other things to note is there is a female agent or general up to the top right there. I believe they said it was an agent, like a diplomat or something like that, but they're not ruling out the possibility of there rarely being female generals. Probably mostly for the barbarian factions, I would imagine. So there you go. So we can see that one thing that the interviews did also note is that the cities kind of build like Civilization, where if you build more buildings there, they might expand, which I think is really a good thing, because, you know, Civilization, I like to play it occasionally. It's pretty fun, and the base building, or the city building part of it, is very good, so there you go. We can also see a couple ships, and yeah, there are some things you can take a guess at what they mean on the UI, but we don't exactly know yet. Okay, next one. This one pretty much has the map explored. If you look at the mini-map there, it basically shows up I think it's pretty late on in the game, because that's 47 BC. Rome seems to have taken over most of, well, not most of Europe, but a good chunk of Europe right now. They would be red. I don't know why Romans are always portrayed as red, but that's just how it goes. And we could see a bunch of minor factions. I don't know any of them. But the fact that it does have a bunch of minor factions and not just rebels makes... Yeah, I hated the rebels in Rome and medieval too. But yeah, hopefully the fact that they are going to be minor factions, just like Shogun 2, is going to be a lot better. Here we can see the Egyptians, and they're donning their favourite colour, blue, I guess. And yeah, they are... you can see the pyramids are pretty massive. The units are a little big, I would say, for the map. I don't know, maybe it's just a personal thing, but yeah. We can also see elephants, and over to the left, camels, actually on the map, which they have said will actually count as real resources. So you might be able to trade them, or maybe you only gain access to camel riders that way, or something like that. So that is very cool. You can't see the city names here, so maybe you can turn it off during gameplay, because in the last screenshot you saw like the city names of places pretty close. But yeah, that's probably one of the last screenshots I've got to show you. Check out the trailer in the description, but it's pretty exciting. There was also an interview I want to bring up where they basically talked about agents and how... yeah, they talked about agents and different things they can do. There's 3 agent types: the champion, the dignitary, and the spy. So yeah, they basically they have different things. Like the spy, I believe he's not an assassin. I think the champion was. Whatever, I'm getting into stuff that's not really related. But yeah, there is a lot of political things in the game. The diplomacy is hopefully better this time, and yeah, I am pretty hyped for this game. Don't know about the rest of you, but yeah, guys, just go and comment if you want about your favorite faction that you think right now, or factions that you wish were in the game. So I am planning to do a let's play pretty soon after this game comes out. I'm not going to do it like day one, but maybe I don't know. It's 3 months still, so I'm not going to get too into it yet, but I definitely want to play like the tutorial and stuff like that before I do anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I don't know if I'm going to continue to do like updates to this. This is probably just a one-off, because I've been pretty excited all of today after seeing these pictures, so yeah, it might just be a one-off. So I'll see you guys next time.